Welcome back to Pixie Woo. I'm back for the second half of my new products video. I don't really have that many new products left to talk you through because yesterday's video was so long, I covered a lot of it. I do have like soap brows and some other bits, but I thought I'll do an actual look using them. Then we're actually getting some makeup done as well. And I thought I'd talk about some of the products that I picked up when I was in America and put them on my skin so you can see. There was a look that I did whilst I was in America when I was going on HSN. Home Shopping Network, that's the one. And loads of people liked it. I did a really close up on my Instagram of the brows and the eyes. So I thought I will recreate that look for you now. So firstly, I'm going to take my Sisley. This is Base Luminair Instant Glow Primer. I've already moisturised my skin. This is a really nice, lightweight glow primer. It's got a nice price tag to go with it, but my sister talked me into getting it and I love it. So I'm going to pop that on first, just to give my skin this nice glow underneath the skin. I was just having a little look to see if I could show you the Real Techniques Christmas sets, but I can't see them, that they're out yet, so I can't show you that yet. Okay, then foundation. So whilst I was in America, I topped up on my Josie Maran foundation. This foundation is just so brilliant on my skin. Yesterday I showed you this one on my skin, which is the Suku, what was it called? Extra Rich Glow Cream Foundation, which is really, really nice. This one, if you've got slightly dry skin, is just honestly a dream. I will show you now. I should have done the colour correcting first, shouldn't I? I'm so useless, I forget steps, because I wouldn't normally put that step in. Let me put it on the other side, because I do like the idea of these. Let's see if that will get rid of a little bit of my redness. I'll just do it that side and we will see. That was the Smashbox, really nice texture these. The Smashbox colour correcting stick. They have a nice texture, but I really like, which is the one that I really like, so I put it in my makeup bag. This is the one I really like, which is Look Less Tired, because I feel like I need this one. Pop that on there. I'm not even going to blend it, I'm going to allow my foundation to do that for me. It definitely gives me more coverage where I've put the green, doesn't it? Can you see? It's definitely a little bit more coverage than that side. I don't know if I prefer it but I don't have major redness there. If you had major redness, you might really, really prefer that. But because I quite like seeing a little bit of the texture of my skin coming through. I am so full of cold and I'm doing a masterclass and press. So in yesterday's video, I would have been doing press all day for Real Techniques, and today's video, the time that this is up, I have just finished a masterclass in Manchester. I'm going to zoom in on that foundation so you can see it close up, because I think this is a really, really beautiful foundation. What do you think? Do you like it? Now, I also bought this whilst I was in America. Another thing that my sister told me to get. This is Bissé The Cure Sheer Eye. And it goes under the eyes. I'll show you the finish of it. It's kind of like, not got too much colour, but a little bit. And it goes under the eyes, preferably before you've put foundation on, might I add. And it just gives you a little bit of treatment for the under eyes, but it gives you a really nice sheer coverage. Now, I'm really liking wearing this at the moment when I haven't got any makeup on, and just putting it under my eyes to give me a little bit of something. Doesn't look like a concealer or like a heavy concealer anyway. It just looks like you've got a little bit of something beautiful under the eyes. It's got such a nice payoff. So that I got in America as well, but I got it from a Space NK, so you can get it here. My next step would be soap brows. So I ordered this, which is called Soap Brows. Now, I have a soap that I use I have it in here, which is like this. Just a soap that I keep in one of those containers that you buy from Boots. However, this is not practical to carry around with me. So I ordered this little tin, which is £12. Soap brows tin. £12. I've ordered 4 of them so I can have them in different places. One's in my bedroom, one's in here, one is in my kit, or 2 are in my kit, so that I always have it with me. I know this is a bit more of a gimmick because it's just soap, but I like the fact that it's in a container like this and I can carry it around with me. That's why I did it. Now I also buy a little water spray from Boots, which I keep with me as well. It comes with the soap dispenser actually. And I just spray that on top and run my Real Technique spoolie into it to get a little bit of lava. Just going to move my mirror in closer because brows need to be done close. So my mirror is coming in. Just get a little bit of the water and just run it onto a Q-tip just to clean the brows, because the foundation will have placed over the brows and they will already have a film over them, and I want the natural colour of my brows to come through. Actually, mine need dyeing because there's a lot more brow there when I've dyed them. They show up a lot better. Then I will take my spoolie with the soap on and just run it upwards. Don't put too much soap on because otherwise it will dry white still. You want a very small amount. I'm going to step away from them and let that set. If you want, you can brush your finger over them so they stay in place. Very, very lightly if you're going to do that. I'm then going to take a little bit of this Jordana Ticia paint pot and I'm just going to run the lightest colour. This one is in Glitz, just over my eyelid. So I really like this colour. I think it's really nice. And I'm using my finger just to get that done really nicely and simply and easy. I want something that's quite creamy here first, so that my other products will blend really nicely with it. Then I'm going to go in with a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury Rock and Kohl, and it is I Cheat for Bigger, Brighter Eyes. I'm going to take that inside the waterline. This is quite a, it's got quite a good colour to it, so I tend to do this quite in advance so it wears down a little bit, because it can be a little bit too stark in colour, if you know what I mean. It can look almost too light. Then take either MAC eye pencil in Coffee or Charlotte Tilbury. This is the classic powder pencil in no name whatsoever, but I think it's Audrey. I think they're the same. I think they're the same product, so that's why I have one of each, because it's one of my favourite colours, but I honestly think they're the same. And I'm just going to run, I'm using the MAC one, that just in my cut crease. See how easy that goes on? That's because I've put a slippery product underneath it, so it's helping it guide, or glide, should I say. Then I'm going to take a Real Techniques Essential Crease Brush and just buff that. See how easy that blends? It's like butter. It's so nice. Just blends beautifully. And then go back in with it again. Who has been watching the Strictly? Right, so in the UK, we have Strictly. In America, you have Dancing with the Stars. It's basically a dance show for anyone that doesn't have those shows. And it's renowned for people always having affairs or splitting up with partners. And one of the guys was caught after only 3 weeks of being on there snogging his partner, and it's like caused uproar in the UK, and everyone's talking about it and saying, do you think they should be axed from the show, and blah blah blah. And it's like chaos. And people have said to me, what would you do if you and Ian were to go on, or be asked to go on the show, or one of you was? And I was like, well, because it is known for causing drama in relationships and splitting them up. And I was like, well, to be honest, I would never tell Ian not to do something. You know, I'm not his keeper, I'm not his minder, I'm his wife. I'm not the person that says to him, you can and can't do that. And this is what my answer is. I am his wife, so all I do is be his support. And if he was to then go and do something like that, on his head be it. He wouldn't have me anymore, and he wouldn't have his wife and kids living living under the same roof. You know, and I always think it's weird that people are like, how would you feel? And obviously, if we were going through a rough patch at the time, we'd have to discuss and say, look, do you think this is the best thing for us as, you know, we're not getting on? But Ian and I have never been in that spot. We always get on well. We are the best of friends. And I can't imagine ever being at that point where I felt that I had the right to tell him he can't do something he dreams of. You're meant to be a team when you're together. So I'm just ranting because that would be my answer. That's my answer when people keep asking me, what would you do? I don't know why they're asking us, but, you know, people just want to know, I suppose, when you're talking about it. But I also always say, the thing is if Ian was to do something like that, whether it be if he was to cheat on me, whether it was, you know, anything, not that show, whatever, you know, that's his choice. That means that he is obviously not happy with me, so that's the end of it anyway. I don't see how me saying you can't do this, you can't do that would stop someone who was like that anyway, if you know what I mean. But I do find it interesting, and Ian and I always say to each other, and I said this to him actually first of all, I said, I don't need you in my life. I don't need a man in my life at all. I choose to have Ian and he chooses to have me in his life because we actually make each other's life better and more pleasurable, and we enjoy laughing and joking with each other, and we have kids together. We choose, not need. I find it really strange when people say, I just need you. I've never needed anyone. I'm quite happy in myself, but I choose to have Ian because he makes me happier. He makes me complete. He is a great dad. But I don't need him. And as soon as you start needing someone, that's when it becomes a problem, because, you know, then you rely on that person too much. You need them for happiness. You need them for feeling, oh, well, I'm rambling, aren't I? Well, that's just what I was thinking about. I much prefer to choose someone, to have someone in my life than need them. And if someone does that to you, you can go and have so much fun yourself because you'll be single. I'm going to take this Ablaze palette, Ablaze Eye Palette by Smashbox, and I'm going to take that on a definer brush. Is that your name? Yes. I'm going to use this darkest colour here, which you can't see, first. And I'm going to just take a little bit of that. And just run that on that cut crease that we put in there. And then just take the Essential Crease Brush and just blend that through. It's funny, isn't it? And I'd be interested to hear your opinions on what I was just talking about, because, you know, I'm very much, Ian doesn't go out very much, especially not with the lads, and I always say to him, you need to go out with the lads more. It's really important. Lads need lads time. Or just with friends. It doesn't even have to be lads. You can go out with whoever you want. But I think you need time. And I also think sometimes men need to have a little bit of attention from, you know, if a woman was to chat Ian up, it wouldn't bother me, or try to, because I know he says, oh, I've got a wife. But I just think sometimes men need that encouragement. As long as he's coming home to me and he's not doing anything, I think, yes, you should chat my husband up. He's fit. Am I mental? Am I like the weirdest woman there is? But that's how I feel about it. I must be nuts. So just keep building it and buffing it out as you go. Got this really weird noise going through my nose. You know when it's like, every time I breathe, well, I'm breathing while I do this, it goes, it's very irritating. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I got a cold. Just constantly building it upwards until it gets to a point where you don't need to build the underneath, it kind of blends through. So if that makes sense. When it gets to a point where you apply more, it doesn't need blending because the rest is all blended. I'm then going to go in with the Laura Mercier Gel Liner. This one is in Espresso. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about the brows. I'm coming back to them. And I'm going to do a really nice liner along the lash line. Now, I just was thinking whilst I was blending and whatnot, I think the reason that I'm like that is because I come from a family of domestic violence. I wasn't brought up by, my dad left when I was 14, and actually it was the happiest times when he wasn't around, and it made me realise I don't need a man at all. And it also made me a lot stronger. Me and Sam, Mum, and the boys just made us all a real unit and a lot stronger, and yeah, it changed our... It was the happiest time, if that makes sense. So that's why I say I choose to have Ian in my life. I love him a lot, and he chooses me. Right, I'm going to do the other eye off camera, and then I'll be back in like literally 1 sec. Okay, I'm back. The other eye is it's a bit messy actually. Okay, I've blended both eyes. To you, it's been a second. To me, I have done a conference call, my kids are back, and it's been a lot longer than a second. But to you, it seems like a second. I'm then going to take my my coffee eye pencil, and I'm going to run that liner as if it carries on under the eye. I'm going to leave it like that for a second. Now, my brows are nicely set into place. You can probably hear my kids outside. When I was in America, I also bought this Tarte. This is Rainforest of the Sea concealer. Now, it's a nice concealer. However, it smells extremely chemically, but it's quite a nice concealer when it goes on. So I'm going to pop a little bit of that on. It smells so strong, like it shouldn't be used on the face. So anyone else tell me, like, I mean this is in light medium, shake well before use. I have used it a few times and it hasn't brought my skin out in blemishes or anything. It's just got such a strong fragrance to it, a really chemically strong fragrance. So I'm just using the Lux Crease Brush just to buff that in. Taking it up here as well to make sure that line, it kind of makes that line a little bit sharper as it goes up there. So give me some feedback if you've tried this product and what you think. It goes on the skin nicely, it just smells extremely strong. Did I say that this was Too Faced? Because it's actually not, it's Tarte Rainforest of the Sea concealer. Now I went into Sephora to buy the face shape tape. I keep calling it face tape, but it's shape tape concealer, which I felt, and it was so full coverage I couldn't bring myself to purchase it. I just think it was just too much and it wouldn't give any texture to the face, so I didn't get that one. I got this one instead because it was a softer finish. I just need to blend that bit out there because it's a little bit, needs a bit of blending. I have one eye that doesn't blend as well, which will be this eye. Now I'm going to use what's left on that brush, just in that socket, through that brow bone. I'm going to take a smaller brush. This is a brow definer brush, let me see. A brow highlighter brush. I nearly got a name right. And just blend that. Sorry, you can probably hear my kids are just playing outside in the garden. Just to make that look a little bit smoky underneath. They're playing, it's cute. How long until they argue? When I said that men need time to go out, you know, men need to hang out with boys, you know I meant that women need to go out with their girls as well. I go out with my girls. I'm going to use this Thrive's Causemetics mascara, which is a vegan mascara, and it's nice. That's really nice, that mascara. Harry's the champion of the universe, he's shouting out there. Right, another thing that I picked up in America is this. I actually picked up quite a few of these. This is the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Brow Colour. It is so brilliant at drawing individual brow hairs. It's the best one I've found. I bought quite a few of them. I even bought one from Selfridges to have delivered to my house in case they ran out. The Selfridges one was a slightly different colour. This one, the one that I love, is in dark. Selfridges one was dark, but it had a bit of a warmer tone to it. It was slightly different. But I love this for, I've got to get my mirror in close, for drawing in. Now my brows are all set for drawing in the individual hairs. So the brows look thicker and fuller. It's quite hard on some of it to get the actual flow. I'm actually far better at doing this on other people than I am on myself. It's really hard to do on yourself. The picture that I took, I had nailed it. In my first picture of this, close up, the brows, I was like, they look so good. And I'm yet to get them quite as good as that on myself again. This side I make better at because this is my more comfortable side to hold the pen, if you know what I mean. I can get better angle. I'm then going to take a little bit of this MAC Dazzle Shadow Liquid in Everyday is Sunshine. I just want to take a tiny bit of that in the middle. Use my finger just to dab that over. So it adds a little bit of a glitter tone, but nothing too full on. Another thing I picked up when I was in America is this Kevyn Aucoin, the contour book. And in here you've got your Sculpting Light, Sculpting Medium, Sculpting Deep, Beam, Flash and Venice eyeshadow. Blusher. I used this a lot because I was doing a lot of makeovers. I'm not going to use that on me now because I didn't for this look, and actually I don't really want to put anything too flat on my face. The eyes are the focus of this look, so I don't want to distract from them. So I'm going to use my Chanel bronzer and just give me a lovely glow through the cheeks without it being too matte. This is my favourite brush to do the Chanel bronzer. This is the Travel Mini Multitasking Brush. I friggin' love it because you can get a really nice shape from it. I like these kind of small brushes that you can get a good shape from. Setting brush and a little bit of my Tom Ford. This is Pink Sand. It's rubbed off, but it's so beautiful. Now, when I was in America, I tried to get this Tom Ford blusher that they've got that is on a stick, but they'd sold out. And then I thought, hang on, I've got a Pink Sand somewhere. I'm going to drag that back out. And I love it. So I take that through the top of the cheekbone, so it adds a bit of blush through there as well. I just love the shine of this. Because it's a cream, it doesn't really sit in my fine lines as much as a powder does. It just gives me a nice bit of blush that goes right up the cheek. I'm then going to powder any areas that I think have a bit too much shine. This is with the Charlotte Tilbury 1. So this is going to make sure that the powder, I'm putting it too high, going to make sure that the powder doesn't set too dark. Because I went for a darker concealer, I go for a slightly lighter colour in the powder. And then for the lips, I have got this beautiful Givenchy in 10 Beige Mousse Line Lip Liner, which I'm loving at the moment. You can see because I've almost need sharpening because I've used it so much. So I use that first just to shape my lips, and then I bought this in America as well. This is Kevyn Aucoin. No, it's not. This is Surratt. Tender Biaser. Have I said this one in a few videos before? Maybe. I'm going to use that around the outside to make that lip a little bit fuller. I forgot about these new lip liners from Dior that I wanted to try. These are Rouge Dior Ink Lipliner. That's not bad. I need to try that on its own. That's in 325. I'll put that in my makeup bag so I can give it a little try. And then over the top of this, I have got a Chanel lipstick in the colour 68. and it is a Rouge Allure Velvet in Emotive. Oh, she's nice. Really nice texture as well. Really nice. Right, mascara on the bottom lashes, then my makeup is done. And hopefully you saw some new products in all of that garbage that I spoke about during that look. And there you have it. That is the finished look. A lot of makeup, but it looks nice. And I would wear this out. It's not too heavy. You know, I've got a lot of makeup on, but if you saw me in the flesh, you would not think, she looks nuts. You would think, oh, that's nice makeup. I hope you've enjoyed it, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, PixieWoo. Give me some feedback. Let us know what you would like. If you've seen any amazing makeup looks that you would like, let me know. And I'm more than happy to do it. I do like to do a product review, and I like to put makeup on lots. Take care, and I'll see you next time.